So we had some big breaking news yesterday. National Security Advisor John Bolton was fired, or maybe he resigned, depends on who you ask. President Trump says he was fired. Bolton says he resigned, sharing his resignation letter with the public. Clearly there was some sort of blow up between the two of them. Bolton, famously hawkish, one of the most sort of preeminent neocons in the country, was apparently wanting a more hawkish line with Iran, was apparently very much opposed to the idea of peace talks with the Taliban that the president was pushing. Saagar, what do you think that this says about the future of sort of this president's foreign policy? Because his views, like, he has certain gut instincts, but then he can very much be swayed by who's around him.
The story of the Trump presidency, when he keeps hiring people he doesn't agree with, is because largely that's because he wasn't totally confident in his own abilities. So he was hiring Gary Cohns and Steve Mnuchin and all these other guys who have these. And then throughout the job, he begins to learn and see that he can institute things that he actually wants, and that whenever he hires people who don't agree with him, that they push policies that he doesn't fundamentally agree with. So really what he's done is he's growing into the job. You know, first he picked Mike Flynn because Flynn has been loyal to him. But then he picked McMaster. Everybody in the national security establishment loved McMaster. Then McMaster started coming into the Oval Office and said, oh, we need to put like thousands more troops in Afghanistan. And Trump is like, well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Same thing with John Bolton. He saw Bolton on TV. He knows that Bolton was very forceful. He's actually not really a neocon. He's more of a nationalist hawk. But what
extremely hawkish, let's just say
extraordinarily hawkish. But he doesn't want to spread democracy. He just wants to kill America's enemies, which, you know, can't fault somebody.
He's into regime change.
That's true. So what we do whenever he comes into the Oval is that he would begin to push many of these same policies once again. And Trump, learning bureaucratic, language and all this stuff, goes, well, hold on a second. I don't necessarily agree with this.
Yeah.
That is where I think Bolton ultimately got forced out. Technically, it was because out of Afghanistan, but he'd been on his way out for a long time.
I think that was the straw. Look, I have to say is good riddance. I mean, my question, why would you ever bring this person into your administration if you support the things that you say you support? I mean, when he brought Bolton in, it's not like he had just gotten into the White House. This was not his first national security advisor.
The reason why he liked Bolton was he liked the looming threat to other countries that we could bomb the hell out of him. So, like, he loves going into a meeting with Kim Jong-un and bringing John Bolton.
And being like,
they hate John Bolton.
Guy.
And he's like, listen, I'm the best friend you got here. He's like, I'm the one holding him back from destroying your country.
Right.
That's a good bargaining chip.
Well, it is and it's not, because then, when you look at Iran, according to the experts that we've spoken to, like, there was no way they were going to do anything with the Trump administration as long as Bolton was involved.
Let's remember, the UN General Assembly's next week, 2 weeks, it'll be September 23rd. President Trump is going there. President Rouhani will be there. Let's see if there's a meeting. It'll be interesting.
This is a big victory for Pompeo as well.
Yeah, very big.
The palace intrigue.
Yeah.
Who do you think will be his replacement?
There's a lot of people that are being floated around. The U.S. Ambassador to Germany, Rick Grinnell, U.S. Ambassador to the Netherlands, Pete Hoekstra, former member of Congress. These are all people the president likes and trusts very much. There are also a couple of people on the sidelines who appeal to more of his instincts. But I would say overall, Trump is going to have a much heavier hand in national security decision making, and that's the main takeaway.
Very interesting.
Tomorrow on Rising, it's debate day. Bernie Sanders' 2020 National Press Secretary, Brianna Gray, she's going to describe how the team is preparing.
And Hill TV's Jamal Simmons will be on the ground in Houston to cover all the action. But we leave you today with a live feed from Ground Zero, where survivors are paying tribute.
Legacy memorialized and celebrated on this 18th anniversary of 9/11 by all those that revered and loved them. Today, I am very deeply honored and humbled to have my brother's namesake, my beloved son, Gary Shamai, up here on this podium alongside of me to take part in this proud tradition of perpetuating the memories of all those we lost on this tragic day 18 years ago.